Hey everyone, so this is my 1 year dreadlock update. So I'll show you my hair since that's why you're here. Front bits are getting more dreaded. I've got a lot more in the neglect ones. These are right from the top, so they're definitely neglect. A couple sort of wobbly ones. I like these. I think they look cool. They're my favourite type of sort of neglect dreadlock that comes. My very front bit of hair is a dreadlock now, kind of, and as you can see it's like, you know, starting to go back on itself, as all my hair is doing. So I'll turn around. So that's what it's doing. Hopefully it's in focus. So yeah, this is a neglect one as well. I know it still looks like the front isn't really doing anything, but there's sort of random parts of it that are starting to knot, and definitely at the back as well. It's getting all tangly, so that's good. I think I forgot to say, so the ones that are 1 year old are these kind of very old ones at the bottom, and then the top is 9 months of neglect. So yeah, I don't really have any real updates to say on this video, so I thought instead that I would do the dreadlock tag. I don't know, I just thought it would be a good idea, maybe. I don't remember actually. I think I felt very much that it was going to be an experiment. I only made a couple dreadlocks to begin with, and I thought there's nothing really to lose in just trying it. Part of me thought I was probably going to take it out after a couple weeks because I was worried that I would change my mind, but I didn't, and I just kept on making more, and then they kind of stayed, so yeah. So the sort of bottom layer, those are made with twist and rip, and then this sort of top layer, most of this here is neglect. Even like that one, which is very dreaded. I've only had this for a couple months and it's entirely neglect. I'm not entirely sure that I would recommend the twist and rip method. Obviously it has worked on my hair, but I have some, like, say for instance this one. You can still see, if it decides to focus, you can still see that it's like kind of got a weird texture to it. It doesn't really look like a dreadlock. So some of them have been fine. I mean, look at that. And that's a twist and rip dreadlock. I guess they've stayed more linear, which is kind of good, but and obviously some of them haven't. So yeah, I think twist and rip has some good and bad in it. I didn't want to do them backcomb because obviously I thought there was a chance I was going to take them out, and I knew that backcombing was quite bad. It's quite damaging, so yeah, that's why I decided. So as I said before, these bottom ones are a year old, and then like gradually moving up to halfway, they're between a year and maybe 10 months old, and then the top is like 9 months of neglect. At this point it's gonna depend on how you classify dreadlock, because okay. So this is the longest piece of hair. It's kind of dreaded at the top and then not at the bottom, so if that counts as a dreadlock, then that's my longest one. Have I got any better ones? How about this one? Again, I think the long dreadlocks a bit shit. So yeah, shortest. Well, let me show you. This is like the kind of length of my hair. If anyone has dreadlocks like this, you know, where they're like just really fat on the end, can you please tell me, did it ever go away? What is the future for these dreadlocks? Is that going to go again and again forever? Or what can I expect to happen? Because all of my hair is like this. Let me show you my little tiny dreadlocks. It's kind of funny. At least they're kind of the same length. Then there's like a random long one. It's like a crown. This is not a good look for me. There's probably some more, but this is kind of like the average length of my hair. So yeah. Well, as I said, I really like the kind of bumpy ones that aren't really dreadlocks yet. I do have one, but I have this one, which has got like, I put a charm from a bracelet on it. It was like this burgundy square, and that's probably the most unique one I have. I do have one that's got like, this one's pretty unique at the moment, but it's not going to last for long. It's like the right angle. Obviously that's going to do something. I don't know. Oh, Jesus. I was actually going to count them yesterday. Okay, if people want to know, I'll make a video of me counting my dreadlocks. It's at the same number you started with. As far as I know, I don't have any congos. And obviously I didn't dread all my hair to begin with, so it would be kind of difficult to know, and especially the neglect ones. So I guess that question's kind of pointless on me. I made a video of like 10 different shampoos that I've used, so yeah, I'll put a link to that somewhere, you can just check that out, just like all the things I've ever used. It's changed throughout the process. At the moment I'm washing them every other day, and sometimes I'm like washing them and then 2 days and then washing them. I don't know how you would describe that. The only thing I do is I separate them, and to be honest, it doesn't really need separating anymore. Sort of the ones around the bottom, that when I have them in a bun they kind of get all like meshed together, those sometimes need separating, and I've sometimes been separating the neglect ones that are forming, because like there'll be several like that and then they stick together, and I really don't want like a massive dreadlock on top of my head. So I did used to have some wraps, but I took them out. I do have some beads. They're not my favourite. I do want to put some more decorations in my hair, so I'm going to be making a like decorating my dreadlocks video. But I kind of feel I want to, because you know how they're like really short, I feel like they're not very pretty, so I feel like if I put some thread and beads and stuff then it'll look prettier. But they do affect the progress really, and I think when I put them in I pretty much have to decide that they're gonna stay in, because they just get so easily looped. So that's kind of one of the interesting beads, but it's like made of wood and it's getting a bit manky. So I don't know, at some point I'm gonna have to like hammer that out or something. As you know, I kind of have little beads on the ends of most of them. That one's just like stuck. So yeah, I don't really have too many interesting beads. Their motto would be, "We want to be as short as possible," or "Because our owner is petite, we will be petite." Something like that. Just why are they so short and so small? They're so horrible. Yeah, I'd do the whole thing neglect. Just because the neglect dreadlocks just look, have just progressed so much quicker. They're just so much more good. Plus I really like, you know, as I said, I really like that stage, and if you do them twist and rip, you don't get that stage. I have stretched ears. I've had them for nearly 6 years. I didn't wear them for a whole year because I was trying to let them heal up, but then I wanted them back and they stretched back really quickly. I'm wearing 4G earrings, which is that 6mm? I don't really know the sizes. At one point they were stretched to 1cm, which I think is 0G, double 0G. I don't know, but I don't really want them that big anymore because I find that with these, when I don't want to wear the earring, it doesn't look so bizarre, whereas when they were much bigger, it looked pretty odd when I didn't have any earrings and it kind of looked disgusting, so yeah. Also I find at this size, I can leave these earrings out for like days on end, and then when I put them back in they fit fine. I also have 1, 2, 3, 4 other piercings. None. As far as I'm aware, no employer has turned me down for having dreadlocks. I'm trying to think how many jobs I've actually been to. I applied for 1, 2, I think 3 jobs, and I got offers for all of them, so even though I decided not to do them in the end. So no, actually no one's ever turned me down. They all wanted me, but I guess for a lot of time it was fairly easy to cover them up. People don't actually ask me a lot of questions. I know this, well, it says weirdest, dumbest, funniest and most common. I guess a lot of people ask me like, are you going to dread the front of your hair? Which is like, well, I am trying. People say, are you going to get any more dreads? It's like, what do you mean? Well, there will be some more appearing. I guess a lot of people just assume that it's not my own hair. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, I mean like 1 or 2. I mean, no one's ever really commented on my dreadlocks. They all talk about me behind my back instead, probably. At the beginning they might have thought they were extensions. People always ask me, am I dreading the front of my hair? People say, am I getting any more dreadlocks? And I think one girl also assumed that I didn't wash my hair. She was like fine with it. She was just like, I know you don't actually need to wash your hair. It's like, but I do wash my hair. No, I guess this dreadlocks, not that one. This one's pretty annoying. You know, when I do my hair and stuff, it kind of sticks like that, so that's kind of embarrassing. No. Well, I don't know, because people are different online. Not always worse, but I guess it's different. Who can I see hanging out with real life? Well, I don't actually know any of them, so I guess if they were like, hey, do you want to meet up? I'm nearby or something, I'd be like, okay. So I guess any of them, as long as they weren't creepy. Everyone watching this video? Yes. Okay, so that is kind of the 1 year update. I'll show my hair again in case it didn't get it the first time. So yeah, that'll do. I am going to be uploading the timeline videos soon. I've got like little clips and stuff from over the whole year, but I want it to be really good and really polished and really useful, so it's going to take some time for me to do it. It may even get to the point where it's like 1 year, 6 months, and then I just have to keep adding to it, and then it never gets finished and stuff, so I don't know, but I am going to be uploading that soon. But I'm supposed to be doing work, so it'll probably be coming soon because I'm not really going to do any work. Okay, so that's the update. If anyone has any questions, ask me. Okay, bye-bye.